So, if everyone's ready, we'll begin round one. Evan, which constituent republic of a larger country had a tricameral legislature from 1974 until 1990? Franjo Tudjman transitioned this country to a bicameral system under its 1990 constitution.
Can you spell the name of the guy?
Franjo Tudjman. 10 seconds.
Pass.
Steve?
I don't know.
Croatia.
Correct. As some of the fans in the chat have asked, like learnedly, it'd be good if people could have their hands under their chins, otherwise in view if possible. Great. So, question 2, Evan. On the live album Ella in Berlin, Ella Fitzgerald improvised a new first verse to what standard, after forgetting the lyrics? Bobby Darin had a hit with his version of this song, which was written by Kurt Weill.
Mike the Knife.
Correct. And Evan, nominated for 14 César Awards, who starred as a disaffected housewife who becomes a high-class prostitute in Luis Buñuel's film Belle de Jour. She also played the title character of Buñuel's Tristana, who forges her independence by studying music.
Deneuve.
Correct. Steve. Retiring in 2016, which cyclist wore the yellow jersey for 29 days across 6 editions of the Tour de France? Although he never won Le Tour, this winner of 7 monuments of cycling was the 2016 Olympic time trial champion.
Pass.
Yogesh? That's time. Jacob?
I have a guess, but it's probably wrong, so
Evan?
Tony Martin.
Wrong. It is Fabian Cancellara. Steve. In April 2020, Jessie J broke up with which American actor for the second time? Jennifer Dewan, the star of the film Step Up, divorced this actor in 2019.
Jesse J.
10 seconds.
Nick Cannon.
Wrong. Yogesh?
Channing Tatum?
Correct. Channing Tatum.
Oh.
And Steve? The City of the Dead is the English name given to a slum under the Mokattam Hills. Which city is home to that slum?
Can you spell Mokattam, please?
Mokattam.
Can you reread?
Yeah. The City of the Dead is the English.
Sorry.
Yeah. The City of the Dead is the English name given to a slum under the Mokattam Hills. Which city is home to that slum? And 10 seconds.
Yeah. Cairo.
Correct. Yogesh.
Ooh.
When Montpellier won their first and only Ligue 1 title in 2012, what striker of theirs was the league's top scorer? At the 2018 World Cup, this French striker played a more important role than his 0 tournament goals might suggest.
Henri?
Wrong. Jacob?
pass.
Evan?
Giroud.
Correct. Olivier Giroud. Yogesh? While in the court of King Lycomedes on Skyros, what mythical figure took on the guise of a woman called Pyrrha? He abandoned his disguise when he was tricked into thinking that an enemy army was attacking.
Theseus?
Wrong. Jacob?
Pass.
Steve?
Pass.
Evan?
Achilles.
Achilles is correct. And Yogesh, in which musical, set in Yonkers, does Horace Vandergelder hire a matchmaker? Vandergelder's solo song Penny in My Pocket was not included in the film version.
Hello, Dolly?
Correct. Jacob, the "My job here is done" meme is taken from which anime? The meme features the anime's main character Usagi and her love interest Tuxedo Mask, who often appears as Prince Endymion.
Damn it. What's an anime that would have a character named Prince Endymion? Is it like Howl's Moving Castle?
Wrong. Steve?
Sailor Moon.
Correct.
What? Damn it.
Jacob, Christ is sentenced to death in Seville in the parable of the Grand Inquisitor, a story told by one of the title characters of which novel?
Okay, Brothers
Correct. Oh.
Karamazov.
Correct. Brothers Karamazov. And final question around, Jacob. In the title of a Wu-Tang Clan album, what two words appear in the parentheses after Enter the Wu-Tang? The album featured the single Bring the Ruckus.
God damn it. Enter the Wu-Tang. Exit You.
Wrong. Yogesh?
36 chambers?
Correct. So at the end of round one, Jacob is on 1 point, Steve and Yogesh on 3, and Evan on 4. No bonus attempts yet from Jacob, 2 each from Steve and Yogesh, 3 from Evan. Round 2. Evan. Designed by Basil Spence, what nickname is usually used to refer to the executive wing of the New Zealand Parliament buildings?
Like the Beehive.
Correct. Which French puncheur wore the Maillot jaune until the 19th day of the 2019 Tour de France? The cyclist won La Flèche Wallonne, the Strade Bianchi, and Milan-San Remo in 2019.
Yeah. His name. Romain Bardet.
Wrong. Jacob?
No.
Pass.
Steve?
Pass.
Yogesh?
Pass.
That is Julien Alaphilippe. And Evan. In order to avoid participating in the Trojan War, Odysseus feigned madness and ploughed his fields with salt. What did Palamedes put in front of his plough in order to prove that Odysseus was sane?
His son Telemachus.
Correct. Steve. The Phoenix Gang, also known as the Shower Posse, are based in what city's Tivoli Gardens? This non-Scandinavian capital city is also home to the crime-heavy Denham Town.
Brussels.
Wrong. Jacob?
Kingston.
Correct. Kingston, Jamaica. Steve. Which country's 1983 constitution established the tricameral parliament? That racially segregated parliament helped entrench the power of the National Party.
Reread.
Yeah. Which country's 1983 constitution established the tricameral parliament? That racially segregated parliament helped entrench the power of the National Party. Ten seconds.
South Africa.
Correct.
Oh wow. Okay.
We're getting some background noise from someone.
It could be me. Does it sound
Okay.
like children?
Yes.
Okay. I apologize. I'll
No worries.
close this door. I don't have like 2 doors to close, so
Right.
just 1 second. Yeah. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Cool.
I can't hear him that well because my headphones
Yeah.
are very cancely. Go ahead.
No worries. It sounds better already, so thanks for doing that. And Steve, your third question. The dancers of the Fandango Ballroom sing Big Spender in which musical? This musical was partly based on Federico Fellini's film Nights of Cabiria.
The scene, I don't remember.
10 seconds.
Pass. Ugh.
Jacob?
Sweet Charity.
Correct. Sweet Charity.
Yeah.
Yogesh,
Good.
your questions. H.N. Naumann promoted the use of what self-contained gel in post-mortems, in place of blood or cerebrospinal fluid? This fluid, composed of water, collagen, and hyaluronic acid, surrounds the hyaloid canal and has a comparatively low susceptibility to bacterial contamination.
Edema?
Wrong. Jacob?
Pass.
Steve?
Mm-mm.
Evan?
Pass.
That's vitreous humor.
That's what I thought it was.
Yogesh.
But
The just as planned meme is taken from which anime? The image used is from a scene in which Yagami Light regains his memories after being reunited with the anime's title object, a powerful exercise book.
Death Note.
Correct. Death Note. And Yogesh. Jerry Mulligan joined what musicians trio for the 1970 album Live at the Berlin Philharmonia? This musician's campus tour resulted in classic live albums such as Jazz at Oberlin and Jazz Goes to College.
Coleman.
Wrong. Jacob?
This is Dave Brubeck.
Correct. Dave Brubeck.
Oh.
And Jacob, your questions. Nominated for 10 César Awards, whose only win was for her role as Julie, a composer's wife, in Three Colors, Blue. She made cameo appearances in Red and White, the other films in Kieslowski's Color Trilogy.
Huh. Who's in those? So it's not Deneuve. It's... Who's another French actress? I'm blanking on her name. It's like...
10 seconds.
Fuck. Binoche, I'm definitely wrong.
Correct. Juliette
Oh.
Binoche.
damn it.
Jacob. Purportedly a billionaire from his family's Toyota distribution rights in Saudi Arabia, Hassan Jamil ended a 4-year romance with which musician in April 2020?
Is that all I get?
Yeah.
Damn. So, Who is marrying Saudis nowadays? Um, uh, shit. Could this be like
10 seconds.
nope, pass.
Steve?
Pass.
Yogesh?
Pass.
Evan?
Pass.
That's Rihanna.
Oh shit, yeah.
And Jacob. A major operation in the Yom Kippur War. The crossing took place on which day of 1973? This date names a western suburb of Cairo, as well as an enormous bridge that crosses the Nile twice in the city center.
Oh shit. So I think this is June 30th.
Wrong. Steve?
Pass.
Yogesh?
Pass.
Evan?
Pass.
That's the 6th of October. So at the end of 2 rounds, Steve and Yogesh on 4, Jacob on 5, Evan on 6, 3 bonus attempts for the 2 in the lead, and 2 bonus attempts for Steve and Yogesh. So that brings us to round 3. Question 1 to Evan. The arrow graphic in the to be continued meme is taken from which anime? Hirohito Araki created this anime, which features the martial art Hamon and several generations of the Joestar family.
Dragon Ball Z.
Wrong. Steve?
Pass.
Yogesh?
Pass.
Jacob?
Joseph Joestar is the protagonist of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Correct.
I'm not a weeb, I swear.
Well, I believe his name is Jonathan Joestar. Evan, the Shower Posse is aligned with which Jamaican political party? From 1974 until 2005, Edward Seaga led these rivals of the PNP.
Pass.
Steve? That's time.
Yeah.
Yogesh?
Let Jacob have his point.
Okay, Jacob?
Yeah.
Thank you, Yogesh. It's the JLP.
Correct, the Labour Party. And Evan. When Sampdoria won their first and only Serie A title in 1991, what striker of theirs was the league's top scorer? He was player-manager of Chelsea in the late 1990s.
Hullet.
Wrong. Steve?
Zola.
Wrong. Yogesh?
Pass.
Jacob?
No.
That's Gianluca Vialli. Steve, in Dostoevsky's novel, Notes from Underground, the narrator attacks Nikolai Chernyshevsky's use of what building as a symbol of utopia? The narrator argues that idolizing this building is as foolish as calling a chicken coop a mansion.
St. Basil's.
Wrong. Yogesh?
Pass.
Evan?
Crystal Palace.
Correct. The Crystal Palace. Steve,
Work.
the Bird's Nest is the nickname given to the Beijing National Stadium, the hub of the 2008 Olympics. Which architectural duo designed the Bird's Nest?
Pass.
Yogesh?
Pass.
Evan?
Sogan Demira.
Correct. And Steve, nominated for a record 16 César Awards, who played the title character of Michael Haneke's film, The Piano Teacher? She played a woman who was reluctant to report a crime to the police in Paul Verhoeven's 2016 thriller, L?
Just
Sorry?
pass.
Okay. Yogesh?
Horrible.
Finally, get one of these. Isabelle Huppert.
Correct. Isabelle Huppert. And Yogesh, is your questions now. Replaced in 1990 by the legislative UN, which country's 1947 constitution established a tricameral legislature? That system was based on 3 principles of the people, a political philosophy developed by the father of this nation.
You repeat and spell the thing that replaced it.
Replaced by the legislative UN, YUAN.
Oh, and asked her the repeat of the question.
Okay, sorry. Replaced in 1990 by the legislative UN, which country's 1947 constitution established a tricameral legislature? That system was based on 3 principles of the people, a political philosophy developed by the father of this nation. And 10 seconds. Answer, please.
India.
Wrong. Steve?
Taiwan.
Correct. Yogesh. In April 2020, Timothy Chalamet broke up with which actress? A co-star of his who was formerly the face of Chanel. Her mother is a famous singer. Ten seconds.
Cara Delevingne.
Wrong. Steve?
Nope.
Jacob?
No.
Evan?
Pass.
It's Lily Rose Depp.
Oh.
And Yogesh. In the title of a solo album by Wu-Tang Clan member Ghostface Killah, what word follows supreme? The album featured his single Cherchez la Ghost.
Love.
Wrong. Steve?
Pass.
Jacob?
Pass.
Evan?
Pass.
That's Supreme Clientele. And Jacob,
Cool.
your questions. In the Iliad, the Greek fleet mustered in which port city before departing for Troy? In order to appease Apollo, Agamemnon sacrificed his daughter Iphigenia in this city, as described in a play by Euripides.
Oh, Taurus?
Wrong. Yogesh?
Aulis.
Correct. Aulus.
Yeah.
Jacob. The concentration of which ion in the vitreous humor is used in a common method to estimate time since death? Jens Christian Skoll discovered a protein that dephosphorylates ATP to move 2 of these cations into the cell while moving 3 of a different cation out.
Okay, so that's... Okay, so I'm going to say sodium.
Wrong. Steve?
Potassium.
Correct.
Damn it!
And final question of the round. Jacob.
Thanks, bro.
You're welcome.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob, the Köln concert is an iconic live album by what jazz pianist? Because of this musician's hatred of crowd noise, the audience is often supplied with cough drops.
Uh, like, did you say pianist at some point in this question?
Yes.
So I'm gonna say Hancock.
Wrong. Yogesh?
Pass.
Evan?
He's Jarrett.
Correct. Keith Jarrett.
Nice.
So at the end of 3 rounds, Steve and Yogesh on 6, Jacob on 7, Evan on 9. 6 bonus attempts from Evan, 5 each from Steve and Jacob, 4 from Yogesh. So that brings us to round 4, question 1 to Evan. In Dostoevsky's novel The Idiot, Aglaya gets frustrated while teaching Prince Mishkin how to behave at a dinner party, and ends by saying that he may as well do this action. Prince Mishkin ends up doing this while angrily waving his arms during an anti-Catholic rant.
Screaming.
Wrong. Yogesh?
Pass.
Steve?
Crossing himself?
Wrong. Jacob?
Is it like burning his money?
Wrong. He breaks a Chinese vase.
Oh, shit.
Evan. Located to the south of modern Cairo, which planned city has a name that translates as Tent City? Founded by Amir ibn al-As, it served as Egypt's capital until the 12th century, though it is now a rubbish dump in Old Cairo.
Siwa.
Wrong. Yogesh?
Pass.
Steve?
Jacob knows Arabic, but I'm powerless to stop him. Pass.
Jacob?
This is Fustat, right?
Correct, it is from start. And just a reminder about hands on screen if possible.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries. I understand you're writing notes, so it's
Yeah. I mean, I can just like.
Evan, what compound's role in causing death can be determined by establishing its presence and that of its metabolite, benzoylecgonine, in the vitreous humor? Cobalt-2 thiocyanate is used to test for the presence of this naturally occurring SNDRI.
Can you spell the benzo compound, please?
Yeah, so benzo, B-E-N-Z-O, Y-L-E-C-G-O-N-I-N-E.
It's like cyanide.
Wrong. Yogesh?
Pass.
Steve?
No.
Jacob?
I'm passing.
That's cocaine. Steve, a performance by what jazz musician is the subject of the concert film That's What Happened, live in Germany, 1987? That concert mostly features songs from his albums You're Under Arrest and Tutu.
Is that like TU, or is
Yes,
it?
TU.
Okay. That could be Hancock.
Wrong. Yogesh?
Pass.
Evan?
Pass.
Jacob?
Nope.
It's the wildly obscure Miles Davis.
Oh. Cool. Yeah.
Steve, when NK Zagreb won their first and only Croatian league title in 2002, what forward of theirs was the league's top scorer? This 2-time Croatian Footballer of the Year was on the pitch for Bayern Munich when they lost the 2010 and 2012 Champions League finals.
You did say forward?
Yes.
Okay. Then, jeez. Hmm.
10 seconds.
Mandzukic?
Wrong. Yogesh?
Pass.
Evan?
Pass.
Jacob?
Pass.
That's Ivica Erlich. And
Heard of him.
Steve. In the title of a solo album by Wu-Tang Clan member Jizza, what word follows liquid? The album featured his single, Shadowboxin'.
I don't know. Gold.
Wrong. Yogesh?
Pass.
Evan?
Pass.
Jacob?
Thank you, Dowd. Very cool. I'm gonna pass.
Yes.
That is liquid swords. Yogesh. Among the active cyclists who have not won Le Tour, which cyclist is bested only by Alaphilippe in terms of days wearing the maillot jaune? This Belgian winner of the 2017 Paris-Roubaix is the defending champion of the Olympic road race.
Mark.
Wrong. Evan?
Dumoulin.
Wrong. Steve?
No. Pass.
Jacob?
Is it pronounced Merckx, right?
Wrong. It is Greg van Avermaet.
Oh, shit.
Yogesh, with a record 5 César Award wins, which actress was nominated for an Oscar for playing the title character in Truffaut's The Story of Adele H? She became the first French actress to be nominated for a second Oscar when she played the title lover of Rodin and Debussy in the biopic Camille Claudel.
It's the Isabelle who's not Huppert. Isabelle Adjant.
Correct. And Yogesh, whose firm designed the Clyde Auditorium, which was later renamed to the SEC Armadillo? This architect designed the Apple Park campus in Cupertino.
Smith.
Sorry?
Smith.
Wrong. Steve?
Pass.
Evan?
Calatrava.
Wrong. Jacob?
Pass.
That's Norman Foster. Jacob, your questions. Which Broadway musical includes the musical within a musical, Pretty Lady? In this musical, Peggy and a group of chorus girls sing We're in the Money, a song that was also used in the film Gold Diggers of 1933.
Oh, Where in the Money, where is that from? It's... Crap, is this... I'm wrong, 42nd Street.
Correct.
Oh,
It's 42nd Street. Jacob, in 1906, which country replaced its tetracameral legislature with a unicameral parliament? This country's tetracameral legislature first met at the 1809 Diet of Porvoo.
oh, Finland.
Correct. And final question of the round. At the One Love Peace Concert of 1978, Bob Marley encouraged what Prime Minister of Jamaica to hold the hand of Edward Seaga? The father of this PNP politician also served as Jamaica's Prime Minister.
It's Manly.
Prompt?
So, Michael Manley.
Correct. So with that, Jacob opens up a 2-point lead going into the final round. So Jacob is on 11, Evan is on 9, Yogesh is on 7, Steve is on 6, 8 bonus attempts from Evan and Jacob, 6 from Steve, and 4 from Yogesh. So, final round. Question 1 goes to Evan. During the peak of lockdown, Mary Kate Olsen unsuccessfully filed for an emergency divorce from her financier husband, Olivier, who is a member of what family? Olivier's half-brother married a model whose family founded the CEAT tire company.
Oh no.
Wrong. Yogesh?
I need to start guessing. Agnelli.
Wrong. Steve?
No.
And Jacob?
I suspect I wouldn't have converted anyway. Pass.
It's Sarkozy.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
Evan. Prez, Babe, and a chorus of factory workers sing the song 7.5 Cents in which 1953 musical? This musical about garment workers seeking a pay rise is based on a novel by Richard Bissell.
Pass.
Yogesh?
I knew Sarkozy, and I know this one too. It's a pajama can.
Correct. And Evan. In the title of a solo album by Wu-Tang Clan member Raekwon, what 2 words follow only built for? The album featured his single Ice Cream.
Did you say 2 words?
Correct, 2 words.
Human beings.
Wrong. Steve?
Making money?
Wrong. Yogesh?
Cuban links.
Correct. Only built for Cuban links. Who lent their name to a 2013 Chicago Open team. Steve? A common complication in type 1 diabetes and characterized by fruity breath and Kussmaul breathing, what do the letters Ka stand for in DKA? The role of DKA in causing death can be determined by testing for the level of BHB in the vitreous humor.
Ketoacidosis?
Correct. And Jacob, could you make sure to keep your hands on screen? No worries. Steve, in the Iliad, what island's king does not send soldiers to fight Troy, gifting Agamemnon a breastplate instead? That king, Cinyras, fathered Adonis on this island, which was also the home of Pygmalion.
Lesbos?
Wrong. Yogesh?
Pass.
Wrong. Jacob?
Think pass.
Oh, sorry. Jacob?
also pass.
Evan?
Pass.
Okay. It's Cyprus.
Oh.
Sorry, I initially heard Cos.
Obscure island like Miles Davis, the obscure jazz musician. Let's see what's going on.
And Norman Foster, the obscure architect. Steve, the Finnish song Jevan Polka is combined in the leak spin meme with a clip from which anime? Created by Tite Kubo, this anime concerns Ichigo Kurosaki and his Soul Reaper powers.
Very familiar. Wish I liked anime. don't think I know this meme either, so that helps too. Full Metal Alchemist.
Wrong. Yogesh?
Let's try Bleach.
Correct. Bleach.
Very nice.
Yogesh, your question. In Dostoevsky's novel Crime and Punishment, Raskolnikov imagines which real-life person being confronted with an old hag rather than monumental things. Raskolnikov explains to Sonia that he was motivated to kill the old woman out of his desire to become this person.
Jesus.
Wrong. Steve?
Pass.
Jacob?
I'm gonna also.
Evan?
Judas Iscariot.
It's Napoleon Bonaparte.
Ah,
Damn it! That's what I was thinking.
yeah, I should have guessed.
Yogesh. Because of Fustat's status as a military base, which Arabic word was used to refer to Cairo and later Egypt as a whole? This is the usual Arabic name for Egypt.
Leave.
Wrong. Steve?
Easter?
Correct. Misr. Yogesh. Rastafarian faith took a hit during the premiership of Michael Manley when a communist military junta overthrew Haile Selassie. Deriving from the Gers for committee, that military provisional government of Ethiopia is usually known by what name?
Oh. Can you repeat that?
Rastafarian faith took a hit during the premiership of Michael Manley when a communist military junta overthrew Haile Selassie. Deriving from the Gers for committee, that provisional military government of Ethiopia is usually known by what name? 10 seconds.
I used to know this. Ard?
Wrong. Jacob?
It's the Derg.
Duh.
That's it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, Jacob, you go into the final 3 questions with a 2-point lead.
Exciting.
So, first question. The koala tree is a nickname given to the Lippo Center, a skyscraper in what city? A corporate headquarters in this city was Norman Foster's first building outside the UK and was once the most expensive building in the world.
So could you repeat the first line?
Yes, the koala tree is a nickname given to the Lippo Center, Lippo, Lippo, a skyscraper in what city?
I'm going to guess Singapore.
Wrong. Steve?
Melbourne.
Wrong. Yogesh? That's time, I think. Evan?
Sydney.
Wrong. It is Hong Kong. The corporate headquarters is the HSBC building.
Cool.
Jacob.
That's really right.
When Wolfsburg won their first and only Bundesliga title in 2009, what striker of theirs was the league's top scorer? During that season, this Brazilian rounded out a humiliating 5-1 victory over Bayern Munich with a classy back heel goal.
So what year was this?
2009.
Ronaldinho.
Wrong. Yogesh?
Ronaldo.
Wrong. Steve?
Hulk.
Wrong. Evan?
I don't know.
That is Graffite or Edinaldo Libanio.
Wow.
And Jacob, final question of the game. Before being overtaken by Lance Armstrong, which cyclist wore the maillot jaune for 10 days during the 2004 Tour de France. This Frenchman also wore the maillot jaune for 10 days in 2011, and he was the king of the mountains on the 2012 Tour de France.
Well, it's been fun playing with you all. I'm going to be wrong and guess Bryce Felou.
You are correct that that is wrong. Yogesh?
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know.
Evan?
Buggy.
Wrong. Steve?
Francois, fourth place.
It is Thomas Verkler. So,
Okay.
congratulations, Jacob, on a triumph in the first
Good
Midsummer
job.
League, Midsummer League.
Thanks,
So,
guys.